Just woke up to 30 knots of wind outside. Insanity.
It blew up to 40.
Landlocked here in Le Grand Mont, we thought we would leave the kite service to it as we headed off on a road trip for some adventures on foot, starting with attending a seminar in Paris where the all-time sailing legend Jimmy Cornell was speaking.
Can I introduce you? Riley.
Hello Jimmy, how you going mate?
Hello, hi.
Bonjour, hello.
Nice
How are
to meet
you?
Hi. So, you are Elaine?
3.
Oh, I just read it in the program. Hi.
We were stoked to have met him, but unfortunately the whole gig was in French, so Riley and I couldn't understand a word. Luckily we were with our pal Mathieu who could translate.
But after the show we managed to get some really valuable bits of advice from him. We actually recorded half an hour of solid Jimmy, and with that we headed off to the French countryside, an area called the Aude, or as it's known as Cathar country, where the wine grapes grow on hills, the views are nothing short of breathtaking, and the roads weave throughout tiny quiet villages. But it was the castles that actually made us lose our minds.
Chateau de Caribus, the stone amongst the bushes,
Was the first castle on our list. This castle, along with 4 others that were placed strategically along the border between France and Aragon, are known as the 5 Sons of Carcassonne. Caribus is regarded as the last Cathar stronghold. Pretty desperate to learn the history of these castles, we picked up a guy called Xavier who would be our tour guide.
And rest place in this part. And here you see you've got a kind of structure just here where you've got the window. So for example it could be used for 2 things. But well, first it could be used for example to also have a wood beam to like the gate to for example lift up and down things. But mostly we think like it was a military fortress, it was a place where you've got what we call a magic collination. So it means it was a structure with a hole inside that permitted to push stones or for example boiling water against the enemies. And this should be, for example, much more logical here, in fact.
So, about these Cathars. For those of you who don't know, Catharism is a religion. Cathars believed that there were 2 gods, one good that created the spiritual world and one bad that created the physical world. Catharism became a thing here in Languedoc and is now famous mostly for the violent persecution of its members by Catholics.
We're at our second castle. What's the name of this place?
Perpétuité.
Whoa. I can't believe this view driving up. We haven't even got there yet and I'm just gobsmacked.
Located on an 800 metre high limestone ridge, Chateau de Perpétuité was built in the 13th century. It towers over scrubland and vineyards. It was originally built by the Aragonese, named after Guillaume de Perpétuité, who didn't submit and then did and was excommunicated. In the mid-1200s it became a French garrison on the border of France and Aragon, but lost strategic importance after someone apparently just moved the border. This was in about 1659.
Riding my horse to the horizon on the journeys.
Wait, so this is a toilet?
This used to be a toilet, yes.
Come on, show us.
Show us how they used it. I'm just kidding.
Well, you see you've got a hole
Oh, okay.
like this, you see, like she does, and after you are doing your business.
Wow, and it just goes right
It looks
down.
like it's glowing on film because there's light coming out of it.
And you may imagine you're in attack where you've got the enemies. Okay, no problem, I got something for you.
Yeah.
Now, after, well,
Soul is S-O-U-L,
Oh,
which is this, and that is...
So, these very stairs are from the 12th century and Professor Dumbledore would have walked on these very steps. History is really not my thing. It's pretty incredible though. So we got this tiny little hotel room in the middle of nowhere for the night. Here is Riley.
Bonjour.
Yeah, we're gonna go find some dinner. Look at the
Cool
wallpaper.
story, Hansel.
Look, I like the wallpaper at least. There's actually paper on the floor.
We're going to go explore the city by night time. Apparently it's lit up like
New Zealand is with 4G, just everywhere.
You must say shh to me.
To you?
Yes,
Oh.
you speak to the telephone.
Oh, no, we should be quiet. You're on the telephone.
No, it's okay.
No kidding, I actually just got laughed out of the hotel because apparently there is just not a chance of me getting vegetarian food here. All they eat is duck. So this is gonna be fun. Wicked. That's so cool. We had a quick squeeze around Carcassonne during the day. Carcassonne became a UNESCO World Heritage Site in '97 and is strategically situated connecting the Mediterranean, the Atlantic and the Pyrenees. It was occupied by the Romans initially and played a part in the Albigensian Crusades and the 100 Years' War.
That would be awesome. I'm this close to buying it, hey.
Tell me about your toilet experience.
Well, so probably the most notable thing about Carcassonne is the toilet, which is probably the scariest thing I've ever been inside. Not only did it look like, the movie Saw, that bathroom that they're in, it looked like that, and also the toilet moves by itself, and it's all automatic. It's creepy. It's very scary. Oh my god.
Fairly castled out, we drove 240 kilometres to Gorges du Tarn to visit one of Riley's friends he used to work with in Australia. Hello!
Bonjour! Ça va?
Where are you taking us today?
Today we're going to go and take you guys on a bit of a tour of the Gorge du Tarn and the Gorge de la Jonte.
Awesome.
Yeah, and the weather's incredible. We're very, very lucky because it's been terrible for about 2 weeks. Hopefully you're not scared of heights.
We'll see.
Soon find out.
I'm not.
Lee and his wife Steph from Paris moved here for the rock climbing, amongst many other things.
Dorby River, we're in a different gorge now. This is the Boff, this is our playground. Yeah. This place.
That over there in between, or this cliff?
Not that one, the one through in between. We'll come underneath it shortly. But it's beautiful. The quality of climbing up there is incredible.
10 minutes into the drive, I really couldn't believe what I was seeing. The combination of the ancient villages built on cliffs, waterfalls and lush vegetation was enough for us to pick out our own little house to live in the future, in a hypothetical world. So this is the village of, how do you pronounce it, Steph?
Cantob.
Cantob. Cannot get the pronunciation of these
Cantob.
French towns. How many residents live here, do you think?
Maybe 2.
Really?
No.
Oh, I was going to say we've seen 2 already.
A lot of these towns are seasonal as well. People
Yeah,
will only live here in the summer and then
Okay.
they'll leave
Rent-
for the winter because it
rent
gets quite harsh
places.
and then come back. And a lot of them are gîtes as well, so like bed and breakfast. Look at that pad, look at those for you. Have your breakfast up there and wake up to that view.
Hey Lee,
Yes sir.
can you explain about that town again?
Well, I don't know much about it, but I can tell you that I'd love to live there. It's obviously an ancient village, and it's only accessible via boat, or you can wade across when the level's a bit low. We've got a Tyrolean pulley system down the road here. All their supplies and stuff are sent over via the Tyrolean. And all in all, a pretty awesome ancient town here in the Gorge du Tarn.
And then we'd made it to our first rock that we would be climbing. Nervous was an understatement. Yep. Very, very scared to climb this rock, guys.
My gun is my companion. He can't speak for me.
We do
In a few minutes, Steph had reached the top, having set it all up for us, and then Riles was up first to give it a crack.
Perfect. And then a quick check we can do to make sure our knot's good is we've got that it is a double figure of 8. Is it 2, 2, 2 and 2? Flip it, 2, 2, 2 and 2.
Okay.
You know that you've done a good figure of 8 there.
Yep.
Loop's good, tail's good. We're ready to go.
How you feeling, Riles?
I'm not so nervous, I'm on the ground.
I'll ask you when
It's
you're at
always
the top.
the way.
Monkey Man had nailed it, which I kinda knew was gonna happen. But that being said, it was only a grade 5A, which isn't that hard. Regardless of the grade, I was up next and pretty scared to fall.
Climber on it, so we're good to go. Now you just check Exactly. I'm locked in, ready to climb.
Oh my gosh.
Let's do it.
I'm not even far yet. Feels like I've been climbing forever. You guys are crazy. It's my first climb, oh my gosh. Oh wow. Lee, I'm up the top. Yeah, ready to come down. It was the strangest feeling having to belay myself off the edge of a cliff whilst trying to resist grabbing a hold of something. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm hanging out with crazy people. Seriously. Dimanche Vagabond. So Riley is going to give it a go? Are you going to give it a go?
No, it's a 6B, so it's for like experts. Or people that are better than me anyway.
Yeah.
Well, like guys are just willing to commit and get after it.
Oh!
I'm just kidding. We stick with the 6A.
What does it get up to, 9B?
At the moment, the
9B
hardest in the
plus?
world is a 9B plus. There's 2 of them. There's one in Norway. I'm not going to be able to remember the name, but a big cave up in the north of Norway, and the other one is actually down in Spain at a place called Elaynas. And we've climbed there and had a look at it. Stood at the bottom.
La
and
dura.
La dura dura, it's called, which means the hard in Spanish. Honestly, we stood at the bottom, and I don't think I could have even made it to the first anchor from the ground. Like, not even the first move. These guys are pulling off pinkies and fingertips from the ground, you know. That's incredible stuff. All right, sweetie, you ready to roll? Draw, might as well take it.
Having never been exposed to the sport of rock climbing, it was really cool watching these two climb and even listening to them talk. It sounded like a pretty fun and healthy lifestyle. What are they? What are they?
That's incredible.
Look at me, Ross.
I can see him perfectly. So you don't have to look up all the time. I need these when I'm dogging the crane, Lee. I need these when I'm dogging the crane.
Wouldn't that be perfect?
So I can I'm looking directly into the camera lens.
I wonder if you can see your eyes upside down. It looks really weird. Can I have a look?
Oh, it feels so good to be.
All I can see is my hat. I was still way too shaky from the last climb, so I was going to sit this one out. Luckily, Riley took one for the team.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Riles.
Ready to bring headlamps, of course. It's not that far away.
That's it! Woohoo!
Good job!
Nice one, bro. Alrighty, so you can sit in your harness. Steph's got you.
That's a different.
Oh, man.
Nice work, buddy.
That was
awesome. Play that one. Very cool.
Oh.
Look at those arms!
He's a natural.
There was really nothing better than coming home to wine and
Machu.
horror stories from Machu.
I thought it would be a good idea for you to tell the story about the boat that you sold to the couple.
But that's a sad story.
It is quite a sad story, but I want to see what Elaynas says.
I haven't heard it. What happened? They didn't die, did they?
I'm not sure it's such a good idea for advertising, leaving to sail around the world.
Come on, I want to see what Elaynas says.
A nice Norwegian couple wanted to sail around the world on a boat, and I sold them a boat, and it was so cute, a couple hugging and kissing all the time, and they left Brittany to go around the world on this catamaran, and unfortunately the guy arrived alone in Madeira Island. And the guy arrived alone, explaining that his wife fell overboard, and that was terrible. Everybody was so nice to him, feeling sorry and everything. And the guy was in despair, and it was a terrible story. And then, unfortunately, 3 years afterwards, fishermen came with the wife they found in their fishing nets. and she had a big injury at the head, and she was wrapped in the chain of the boat.
No.
Yeah.
And
What?
Matthew sold them the boat.
Is this real?
Yeah. Crazy sailing
Oh my
story.
gosh. What did she do?
They had a fight, and they argued.
He must have gone crazy
Yeah,
at sea.
yeah.
Like, why would you want to film that? That's a terrible story.
No, it's not nice, but it's pretty incredible that Matthew sold them the
Yeah,
boat.
well, the fact that you met them both and they looked so in love and then that happened,
Yeah.
that's pretty crazy. Riley, don't kill me.
I think she kept pestering him about being vegetarian.
But I have another one where she. But
See, he was telling me these all night. That's why I was like, you've got to... He told me like 4 in a row.
What's another one? Go another one.
the other one is she killed her husband.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
How?
Because he wanted to buy a boat to go sailing, and we spent actually 2 years